next guest is the executive chef of the Peninsula Hotel here in Beverly Hills. And his name is basically synonymous with the place. He is here today to help us celebrate the Feast of the Seven Fishes with a glorious seafood stew. Please welcome back my dear friend, one of the best chefs I know, David Codney.
Thank you, Kev. Thank you. But I hear vicious rumors that today is a special day.
What is that?
I hear it's your birthday today.
It is my
26 years
birthday.
old, Deb.
Oh my gosh, don't embarrass me.
My God, a quarter century just over.
Can you believe it?
This is amazing. You haven't aged a day.
You're making me blush, David. I love you. So you're making this Feast of the Seven Fishes for me then today.
It's
my
usually done
birthday
for
meal.
Christmas time, but today it's going to be for your birthday.
I appreciate that. So it's called Cioppino.
Cioppino, which is basically like, think of a bouillabaisse, Cioppino, all the other stuff. They're all the same. It just depends on where you grow up in the world, right?
All right.
I'm sure the Greeks have something, correct?
We do.
What is it called?
We call it psarosupa.
Is that really what it is?
It's really psarosupa. For a second I thought, what is it? Psarosupa, fish soup.
Yeah, same thing.
That's really it. All right, what do we do?
So super simple. Everybody gets intimidated when you start buying shellfish at home because traditionally you go out to a restaurant, right?
Yep.
But we're gonna kind of do this and we'll walk through stuff. So first thing you do, you're gonna put cold oil and garlic in a pan and it's gonna start to brown.
Okay.
And this browning part is gonna bring things up. So you're gonna put a little bit of chili flake in there and garlic. When that goes in, we're gonna start adding some of our onions.
Oh my goodness, this is delicious.
Yeah, it's great, right? It's super
Wow.
simple. Onions, a little bit of our fennel. We're gonna stir this guy around so it goes.
Yeah, people do get intimidated when you start. I mean, if you're sticking to one fish, like, okay, I got it handled. But when you have all these different fish in there, they get worried that they're not gonna cook at the same time.
But I'm gonna show you a super secret, easy technique that you're not gonna freak out about. Add your salt in the beginning. Why do we add salt in the beginning, Deb?
Because we want it to be like the sea.
You want it, yeah, well, that's the pasta thing. That's very good. Look at you. Oh, God, you listen. This is amazing. And I'm sitting there thinking you're just a beauty.
Oh, thanks.
Ah.
I've learned a few things through the years from you.
Add salt because you want the salt to kind of permeate and bring it throughout, right? So if you add salt at the end, you just make it salty on the outside. But we want to put the salt on the inside, right?
Okay.
Love on the inside. So we're gonna bring this bad boy up to a boil, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna salt this, and as we do, I'm gonna talk about the mussels. So we have mussels, we have clams, we have shrimp, and we have some whatever whitefish you want. You could use halibut, you could use whitefish, you could use perch, you can use anything.
Cod.
Really. Cod's great, I love cod.
Okay.
So this is a mussel, and on the mussel, there's a beard. Why is it a beard, Deb?
Why is there a beard
Because
there?
they're only males.
Is that true?
No, that's a complete lie. So,
And I believed it.
okay, so while this is sauteing,
Right down that path with
we're gonna add our white wine,
Okay.
right? I like to use any kind of wine that you're drinking. I don't always drink the whole bottle.
Okay.
That sounded wrong. Sometimes I have wine left over, so I just keep in the fridge because we're not gonna drink it all, right?
Right.
And then we're gonna add this for our food, so feel free to just kind of keep up with it. Bring this up to a boil. So back to the mussels. The mussels have a beard because they grow on ropes or rocks, right? This attaches to it, so it's very simple. You just take a towel or rag, and all you have to do is pull it off, right?
Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Simple, right? Easy.
But they don't always come with beards. Sometimes your fishmonger has already
Sometimes the fishmonger
cleaned
will
them.
take care of it. Just make sure you look at them so they have them all gone. So
Okay.
that's easy, but you want to do this last minute.
All right.
Because if you do it ahead of time, it will kill them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, great. So once the wine is kind of brought up, you can deglaze this. What does deglazing mean, Deb?
Deglazing means you get all those yummy bits off the bottom
All
of the
the good,
pan.
tasty bits, right? So once it gets brought up, now you have liquid, which is what we're gonna cook our stuff in or essentially post.
You're getting that fond off the bottom.
Take some tomatoes, right?
Okay.
Use whatever kind of tomatoes you want. I like to buy whole peeled plum tomatoes, and then I
Nice.
like to crush them in my hand before I put them in.
In your hand?
Yeah, in your hand. Because
Okay.
if you use a blender, it just beats it up too much.
Oh,
Right?
right.
Yeah.
You still want some of that texture?
Yeah, you want some texture in there. You want it kind of chunky monkey.
San Marzano?
San Marzanos are amazing if you have a garden at your house. Do you have a garden? You do, really? Do you have tomatoes growing?
I have tomatoes, I have cucumbers.
Really?
I've even grown corn.
What kind of cucumbers do
I
you
have arugula, the little baby Persian cucumbers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so much better at home, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, they're delicious.
Yeah, the
and you're
tomatoes are
so
awesome.
proud when
Are
you
you
eat it.
canning yet?
I'm not canning yet.
Oh, really?
Not yet.
No,
I'll
you
get
got to can.
there.
You got to can. Canning's like, we'll take you to the next level. Okay, tomatoes come up. You're gonna wait for this to come up to a boil, and then we're gonna kind of cook things in order. So the clams, if you look at everything, right, you're gonna cut the fish down so it's a similar size in whatever clam you have.
Okay.
I know it sounds simple. Shrimp, same size, mussel, same size, because you want everything to cook even.
But doesn't shrimp cook so fast?
Yes, but this is a super secret technique. So the
Okay.
clams are in here. This is the part that takes the longest, because they have a harder shell.
All right.
Okay? Buy little necks because they're smaller, they're great. We're gonna add these clams. Make sure you rinse them, put them in your sink, add a little bit of salt.
They have
and
a
then
lot
let
of
them-
sand.
Yeah, let them purge out for like an hour.
Okay.
Add a little ice to it. We're just gonna add these bad boys to this. And we're gonna give this about 5 minutes. So when they start to open a little bit, that's when we're gonna start adding everything else.
And if they don't open?
If they don't open, they're gone because they're
Chuck 'em.
dead, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So just go to your good fish market. Don't go to the local grocery store. Make friends with people. Go out and be social. Are you social, Deb?
I'm very social. Even under these circumstances, I try to be as social as I possibly can.
Shocking. Shocking.
You and I are very similar that way. You know, I have to say, this is my favorite restaurant in Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm
it's
touched.
Lovely. Yeah, that's
touched.
great.
Aw.
Okay, so we have our clams in there.
Okay, clams. We're gonna add a little bay leaves to this. Now, when we do fennel too as well, I wanna talk about one thing, is that the fennel have these little fronds on the inside, right? These guys smell amazing here. Yeah, unbelievable, right? So I like to use these as garnish. You can use whatever herbs you have at home, but usually it's oregano, basil, parsley. I add the oregano now when the clams go in because that helps
Nice.
bring it out.
Okay.
I also add a little lemon zest to this. This is great. Little schmick schmack, right? We're gonna add ourselves a little bit of pepper. Almost spilled it.
It's got a little bit of bite.
Yeah, it's got
That's
some
the
bite to
pepper.
it. It's good, right? So this comes up to a boil.
Okay.
Bring it around, right? After the clams start to open a little bit, you're gonna add the mussels because the mussels only take a couple minutes to cook, like
Right.
1 or 2 minutes, right? Max.
In total, how long would this take to make?
I'd say about 10 minutes once you start
Really?
cooking the fish.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty simple and easy. Then once the mussels start to open, right? You do this, you add some of your shrimpies, right?
Get them in there.
Get them in there, right? Let them submerge, and then you add your fish, okay? Submerge them around, and then you're just gonna turn this off, put a lid on it, and then let it go, right? So
For just a few minutes,
just a
and
few
there it
minutes,
is.
let it go, and it's done. And that way you
look
don't
at that.
overcook anything. It just kind of lets the natural heat go up, as long as you're cutting everything properly.
Look at that.
And then
David.
this is the bad boy you have. Look how nice,
Wow,
huh?
and that's so beautiful. You could almost just serve it on the table like that.
You
with
could serve it on the table like that, kind of
trivet.
family meal style.
Amazing. And then you just
Take
pour
your
some
crusty
olive oil,
bread, right?
a little bit of lemon.
Little finish with a little bit of lemon. Finish with olive oil. Find your favorite olive oil that you have. I like the spicier, the better on the olive oil. Especially with finishing oils, you don't want to have something mild. You want something strong, intense, ready to go, because it's a finisher.
You want it to be Greek as well, I imagine.
You want it to be Greek. And then you finish with a little bit of your herbs once it's all good, right?
You have to taste this.
Some basil, and then the fennel fronds at the end is my favorite thing because who doesn't like the flavor of anise?
Yeah, waste not, want not.
Waste not, want
And I'm
not.
not sure you have a bowl there. You might have to eat straight out of the...
You know I'm gonna eat straight out of this.
Just
Why?
eat
Because I'm
straight,
cool.
there you go.
Because I'm a cool kid.
Because you're David Codney.
But look at the fish. See, it just kind of flakes apart. It just kind of moves, and that natural heat from the stove will help it out.
David, that is so beautiful. This was the best birthday meal a girl could dream of.
Happy 26th birthday, Dave.
Thank you,
My
David. You'll
God.
get there someday, too. You'll see. It's right around the corner for you. You all make sure to follow David on his social media at Chef Codney. And as always, you can get this fantastic recipe at hallmarkchannel.com.